All right. What's up? This is your boy Styles here with WestCoastStyles.com. And today I got a special guest. I have the super producer, platinum selling producer, Hit Boy in the house. Hit Boy,
What
what's
up? What
up,
up?
bro?
Man, what's
Top.
good with it? What's good with you, man? If we finally tapping in.
Finally, man. I waited a long time to hook up with you. I worked with a lot of the West Coast producers, biggest selling West Coast producers, but never you. I mean, this is my first time, talking to you, man, and it's an honor for me.
Oh, top. Yeah, I'm saying. I know you've been doing this shit for a minute, so that's what's up.
Hey, and I've been following you from the get go, and I just have to say, man, I'm proud. That you've stepped up. Being from the Inland Empire, I've been working with cats from the Inland Empire since the days of Sly Boogie and
Yeah.
Doctor Stank and Dirty Birdie, and
Yeah.
man, I've been waiting for someone to blow there for the longest time, and it just seemed like y'all couldn't get over that hump, and then you came along.
Word. Man, nah, for sure. I already know what you mean. I definitely used to be hearing them on 99.1. Just all, you know what I mean? Being up out there in San Bernardino, Riverside, all that. Just, I mean, shit. I just been had to push through.
And the cool thing about it is that you came pretty much out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you had to come out to LA and build your name up and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
But
It's like,
but for real, I really did, bro. Like that's what people don't know. They think I came out of nowhere, but I had been grinding. Like I was just like begging to get in somebody's studio when I was 16 years old. I had already made my mind up that I wanted to do this. Like, and my uncle was in another legendary West Coast group called Troop back in the day, R&B
correct.
group. So you know what I mean. One of his group members had ended up producing for a lot of people, like a lot of R&B acts and just different people. So I used to just beg them to come to the studio. So I started getting around it, the producer stuff when I was like 16 and really being around professionals and shit. And I got an opportunity to go to another studio. And I ended up meeting like Ty Dolla Sign. I met Neo. This is before Neo even dropped his first album. This is when I was 18, like fresh, like probably a couple months out of high school. Just like I've
Wow.
been grinding. I've been grinding for a minute. Then you know what I mean. By the time I turned 19, I got a publishing deal with Polo the Don, and I was able to move to Atlanta. He had Jimmy Iovine paying for his studio, and he had multiple studios. So he gave me a whole room when I was 19 to just do my shit, just work, bring in writers, bring in artists, like really grind it out. So I was making, hundreds of songs before I even caught that first like joint, you know what I mean? And then the first song I placed when I was 20 on a professional level was on Jennifer Lopez.
Wow. That's amazing, man. So, how old were you when you made your first beat?
I made my first beat, I was 16.
Okay, okay. How good were you back then?
Man, I was just grinding. I was just figuring it out. It's like I wasn't coming from a place of knowing how to play like
Uh-huh.
instruments, so I was like learning how to program on FL Studio. Like that's what my real strength is. Like I'm like an expert programmer. So just because I've been doing it since I was 16, and
Who who taught you?
man, just kids that was making beats because that was a new thing. Like people was looking at FL like it wasn't nothing. Like people was looking at Fruity Loops like it was a joke. You know what I mean? That was just like some
Uh-huh.
computer game type shit to people. But I stuck with it and it became like one of the most popular pieces of equipment that people use.
Uh-huh. Okay. When did you know that you were ready for this? That you were ready for the big time?
Man, even when I wasn't ready, I was still going for it. I was still believing in myself, just knowing that one day I was gonna be, you know what I mean, solid.
Hmm. That's dope, man. Man, and now that I mean, we all know about your success since then. It's well documented. Man, but what I really enjoy is that you're working with your father now. Big
Yeah,
hit.
yeah, he right here, big hitty right here. Yep.
And man, and there's rare father and son combinations in hip hop. I think you guys are the first ones really on record. How does that feel for you guys?
Man, no shit, it's just ill for sure, for sure. We've been planning it out though. We've been plotting. Like it was times that he, would get out for like a year or whatever, and like I was making beats, so like he'll come record, and you know what I mean. We've been just like trying to put the whole play together. But I feel like I had to go through all my shit in the music business to really learn like what was going to empower us versus like trying to feed into the industry and just like hope somebody put us on or whatever the case is. Like we putting ourselves on. We set new standards. Like we coming with new waves, dropping videos every other day, like some shit people ain't
Uh-huh.
ever really seen. You know what I mean? Just like we got our own shit going. So
Uh-huh.
before we probably would have end up in some bullshit record deal or whatever. Like now it's like we just we funding this whole shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm making my bread off my producer shit and I'm putting it right back into my artistry.
Uh-huh. Now, it's got to be interesting, having your father in the studio being the rapper and you being the producer and the producer giving direction. Does it get awkward sometimes or what?
Nah, man, this shit just pure. It's natural. Like, you know what I
Okay.
mean? It ain't no industry shit at all. It's just straight like we having fun. We been talking, you know what I mean? We been doing this shit, been talking about doing it on this level. And like, it's really just like, man, just as a person, as a man, like I'm learning about myself. I'm seeing his work ethic, like, damn, like that's where I get this shit from. I'm relentless. Like I make so many beats, so many songs, fuck with so many artists, and he be on the same shit. He got over 200 songs since he been home. Only been home for 5 months now. Tomorrow it'll
Uh-huh.
be 5 months. So it's like he got over 200 songs. He got,
Wow.
he got a project with Killer Twan from All Money In. Got a project with Jay Worthy. Project with RJ. He got 10 solo albums. We about to put his. This is about to be his first solo album that we putting out soon. The Truth Is in My Eyes. So we've been just really like crafting it. We got some dope ass features on the shit. Like we really taking it super serious.
Wow, that's dope. Now, what about you though? I know you've given rapping, a try several times. Are you going to step out in the spotlight a little bit more for yourself, or what?
Shit, I dropped 2 albums this year. I'm about to drop another one next year. I'm dropping a couple next year, but I'm, you know what I mean? I ain't never fell off on that, area. It's just like, I feel like I had to become a producer first, like full fledged, and just become respected at that. And really just on the talent aspect, you know what I mean? Just like
Hmm.
I'm able to produce myself because I've, been in the studio working on 6 straight albums with Nas. So when my pops come home, he around Nas age group, already been working with somebody that's like on a more mature level. So it's like I'm already there, you know what I mean? But I was able to get them 6 albums in with Nas like pretty much before my pops came home. Even though we dropped
Yeah.
2 albums in the last 4 months since he been home, it's like being in that zone already, I was just ready for this shit on a different level.
Hmm. What do you feel more comfortable doing?
Bro, this shit is all music to me. It ain't I don't look at it like I do a verse or I do a beat. If I do something that inspire me in a moment,
Hmm.
that's what it is. It's just music.
Okay, okay, okay. Now, one last question, because I know you're busy, and and I appreciate you taking the time. Is there anybody that's still on your wish list? Now, you've worked with a lot of artists. Is there one artist that you're still looking to land?
Man, nah, bro. Everybody I grew up watching on TV either worked with me or showed me some form of respect for what I
Okay.
do. So now I'm just at the point where I'm focusing on, you know what I mean, just my shit, my pops, just like, getting us to a place where we out here touring, we out here doing our shit and getting our talent off to the max.
Okay. Man, Hit Boy, thank you for the time. I
For
really
sure.
appreciate you taking the time, and I hope in the future, we can actually just sit down and do another one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Do a part two. I'm always down for that if you are.
No,
Um,
for sure, for sure. Shit, when Pop's album come out, we do some shit on camera. That shit coming soon. We got Snoop on the album, Trey D on the album, Mozzy on the album, Benny the
Woo!
Butcher. Like this shit is for real.
Man, I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, right, right. Dom Kennedy. It's some shit on
Mm.
there.
When's it dropping? Is there a release date yet
We're
on
gonna we're
that?
gonna we're gonna drop within the next like 2 to 3 weeks. We just been shooting the last minute videos and getting all that
Uh-huh.
shit right. Yeah.
Righteous. All right. Well, man, can I get a quick shout out for WestCoastStyles.com?
For sure, man. It's Hit Boy. Shout out West Coast Styles, man. The homie Tim Sanchez.
Yeah. There you go. All right, brother. Thank you for talking to me, and you guys have a wonderful day.
Yes, sir.